Hey guys, this is Carlos Morales for the second portion of the Real Sales Dynamics Orlando Blitz, where we break down in-field footage to get you better at solar. We already had a couple closes the other day. Now you're gonna see a lot more. Make sure to comment below on things that you learned that are gonna help you out in your solar sales future. So, we've had a great start to the Blitz already, closing up a 13 kilowatt after getting out here late last night. Then we threw in another sales meeting in the morning. Now we're gonna go back to the doors to hopefully get at least 2, 3, or maybe even 4 more closes today. What we're training on today was actually compliance testing. Make sure that the person you're talking to is trusting you by getting them to do little things that keep them in compliance. Ask them for water. Ask them for their date of birth. Ask them where their meter is. Ask them to grab a ladder for you in order to be able to check their attic. All those little things, those little compliance tests allow you to know that this person is going to listen to you when you tell them they're going solar. Got to turn AC on for the Tesla real quick. Can't be going into a car that's all hot. What are we, pedestrians?
Hello RSDers, Garrett here. If you're not already subscribed, please hit that like button and subscribe. Drop us a comment, we'd really appreciate it. About 80% of you are not subscribed right now. What the hell are you doing with your life? Join us. And we'll see you on the doors.
$643 is
consumed, but
no. So that's the thing. They on the end phase, they won't know your total consumption versus the actual meter on the side of your house. So that's why you have to look at what did it say it produced versus the consumption. 6.
On month, how many kilowatts?
That's why I was going to tell you to divide 5286 divided by 12. What matters is that Duke, right? Whatever they leave you charging with on the bill is the net left that you still need production from the solar system. So I'm letting you know how it works so that they're working on the pricing right now. So we put the application here. We put the application in, and then we get the approval. A notice of commencement gets signed to you at that point. Then we get approval from Duke, from permitting, and set up for installation. And between there and there, we apply also with the HOA.
72 bucks a month. For how long?
25 years.
25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
You can say, oh my gosh, all you want,
I
but
don't
with
know
Duke.
if I'm living over there.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Then we'll talk about 40,000 more.
No. That's the amount of savings that you're gonna get.
I'll save it.
Yeah.
In these 25 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm. We'll cover. So right now you're with Duke and you're still using energy. That can go up and up and up. This is a set payment of $72.
Okay, understand.
So the one thing, so this won't affect your credit score because it's a soft pull. We'll at least have a better idea if it's going to make sense. Because if not, then you'll figure out if you want to do it cash either way. That's unfair.
Yeah, yes, but I repeat.
Yeah, look at this, holy cow.
Hey, you're approved.
It was approved?
You was approved.
Oh,
I told you, man. America's awesome. Yeah.
America's awesome.
And then we're gonna follow back up in a week after I have everything back for the final design. That's how the production guarantee works. The one thing is, don't plant a new tree. You're not allowed to with your HOA anyway. But don't plant a new tree right in front of the solar system or anything else.
Of course not.
I know. Yeah. You're an engineer, so you understand that, right?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
Okay, see you Monday.
Monday. No.
All right, good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
too.
Yeah. And you guys were able to see kind of all the compliance checks and everything else I'm doing. Really neat dude, and he just took it a little bit longer in order to be able to get, understand everything, and that's totally fine because it's one of those things where it's like either you get the understanding now before you show pricing, or it's all ends up convoluted. People don't tend to make good decisions when they're confused, and the worst decision they can make is not working with us. So that worked out great. So good job, you guys. Look at the second one. Let's go. I know it's on the north-facing side. I don't care. Put the panels there.
Yeah, just throw some up there.
Throw some up there, man. Raise your offset percentage. Got it. So we have another customer right now who actually already has solar on his house. Unfortunately, still getting a net electricity bill with his utility company. We're going to go ahead and see if we can help him out. Hopefully, we can add on enough panels on his roof planes in order to ensure 100% offset for his house. Get him some added equity, and why not get him additional tax credit on top of it? Is that sexy enough? Good to meet you, man. You too. Heard that you've already chatted with a couple solar folks.
Yeah, man, I've kind of been down the road a couple times because I don't like getting big bills when I have.
Got it. Explain to me, like, so I've done 16 houses in the last week.
Yeah.
Yours is the highest bill. So obviously you got the pool, right? Pool, fish tank. Do you also have like another external refrigerators?
We do have a refrigerator in the garage, we have a freezer in the garage, and then I put the air conditioner like 65 at night.
Okay. Got it. So that'll all kind of add on and impact.
Yeah. I mean, the most I've ever paid is 600 something.
Oh, really? I thought it was higher than that.
No, 600 something. The last couple months, it's been like 400, about 400.
About 400.
Yeah, but like I said, right before that, it was in the, and we were out of town for a few days. I think that's why it's been a bit lower. Both. That's the thing, and nobody can tell me, oh yeah, you're gonna get back dollar for dollar. If you spend 60 grand, that'll increase your property value by 60 grand. Obviously, nobody can tell you that because nobody knows really. You know what I mean?
They kind of know. So I did mortgage before I did solar.
Yeah.
So the equity build on a home, as long as you have a production guarantee on your system and it's producing, is based off of the system size.
Yeah.
So this was a study done on California, on Florida, Texas, and Arizona. So in a 4 kilowatt system, your increase in home value is 23,644, 6 kilowatt 35, 59 when you're sitting at about 10 kilowatts for your system itself.
Who's Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory? Oh, that's Berkeley.
UC Berkeley.
Yeah, okay.
UC Berkeley, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't like solarinc.com that did the website. So with that, basically, now you're at like a net essentially zero for the house. Because I'm not putting these panels on the home in order to create a solar farm, just
enough, yeah.
Just enough to actually cover your home and make
Even
sure.
though we can't, because we don't have any roof space left, so.
Yeah, we are literally tapped out on the house. You're gonna be pretty well set for the system itself. As far as durability.
So everything sounds great, man, except for the price.
Yeah. So I'll walk you through the process on it as well. So what we do first is essentially you're at the site inspection in order to set up the system. We get approval from.
So 44 grand ends up being the net system cost when I get the credit. All right, so can you email me the proposal or something? Can you?
So I'll let you know kind of the steps on this, right? Because I don't have panels in my car. So what we do is.
Well, I'm not going to commit to anything right now.
I'm not telling you to commit to anything.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you I can commit to anything either.
Okay.
Well, I'm just being upfront with you.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, we're going to produce this amount of energy for your house.
Yeah.
Then we'd follow back up on the final design, which would be next week. When I'd have, okay, this is exactly what this is going to look like. These are all the numbers and everything else for your actual home.
Yep.
If you wanted it half off, now you're getting it half off.
Yeah, but then I'm still getting a $429 bill, which is not great. But
You can only do so much with how much power you guys are using.
yeah, I want you to run my credit right now.
It's not a hard pull. It's just letting us know.
People say that, but then it ends up being a hard pull.
Oh, I can actually show you. Yeah. If you don't add the tax credit towards the loan, your payment goes up. Right? As long as you keep the tax credit the same, then you're good to go.
It's liquid cooled though, which is cool. All Harleys are like air cooled,
Yeah.
so this one's liquid
Yep.
cooled. All right, man.
With you.
Cool.
Good meeting you. Enjoy your dinner.
All right.
Yeah.
Good meeting y'all.
Take care, bro.
Right on then.
So day 2, we're wrapping up. Mackenzie got her first ever solar deal, which is absolutely amazing. And thankfully it was an 18.3 kilowatts. So
was worth
that's a
waiting for.
phenomenal situation to be in.
I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, so the customer had sat with a bunch of other solar reps in the past and everything else. And thankfully, because of the fact that we use multiple finance partners, we know how to navigate things and we know how to test compliance, we're able to overcome all the objections and get him in a significantly better situation over the course of this next 25 years. Yeah, so that wraps up day 2. Day 3 is coming, and Natalie's probably gonna go pick up another 3 deals, and maybe I'll get 6. We'll see.
Carlos, what day is it?
Today is the third day, and so right now we're gonna go into another close so that we can make some more fucking money. Now, let's do it again. It's our final day of the blitz, and we're running a little bit late to our last appointment, so let's hop in this close. These for the shoes?
Yeah.
Got it. Do you want me to take our shoes off? Or? Okay.
I mean, it's up to you.
Okay, I don't mind taking. Oh, I can totally just take the shoes off. So, got it. So you had went originally solo with another company. Did they knock your guys' door?
No,
Okay.
that was part of.
No, I understand. The original system is always a lease on all these houses, right? With Sonova.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Well,
talking about
the
the other-
add-on, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
So you're the third.
Yeah, we've managed to do a couple things. That's what I was actually confused by, because when I saw the quote, it said it was going to do 76% offset.
Which
Isn't that
one I
correct?
sent you?
Yeah.
It should be over. Well, from what they told me, you know.
It should be. That's the thing. Is like, what was the weird thing is on the contract. My guess is they built out the proposal before they had your bill. Is this your first house?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, congrats. So you also have an awesome roof for your first house. So there's actually kind of a financial incentive in order to ensure that the system's working properly at all times at your house, right? And so when I built it out, let's go ahead and see what this looks like.
Each of you guys are obviously trying to.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, and I completely understand. It's just on my end. So I run Pacific United Power. Whenever as far as price or get what you want, then either way, either company you go with, I want there to be a clear information so that you have a more positive experience this time with solar than dealing with overages with Duke. That's it. For instance, so I had an 8.7 kilowatt that I'm adding on top of the system. I'm only going to base the equity bill based off of the owner-owned system, right? Mm-hmm. That it doesn't show up on your debt to income as a liability. Mm-hmm. Now, I did have a question though on the service end. Their credit requirements are a little tight. Just being upfront on that. Do you have any idea where your score is right now? On how much are you spending with Sonova right now?
About I think 60, 65. So the lease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does everyone have a different rate for? And it's weird because I ran in the 109, 120, and some of the systems are the same size. Like, are you on the escalator one though, where it goes up every year? Notices. Change your email address. Just let us know if you change your email address. Service does send out a lot of emails to make sure that for the tax credit when you're going to send that in. Prepayment. You can prepay the loan with any loan financer. That's not just Service. That's Good Leap. That's everyone has a no prepayment penalty on their loans.
Buddy says that what they're using is top of the line.
Yeah, I know.
So the power.
I'm just more upfront about it.
Yeah.
There are 440. There are 500 watt panels that exist out there. Mm-hmm. The reason why we don't use them is because you can't fit them in tuck spaces. Because once you get past 400, it's a size thing.
Now that the payment is at $299, but
That's if you don't add the tax credit towards the principal balance for the system itself.
and that's still what's 18 months.
After 18 months. The exclusions on it are if you decide to remove or reinstall the solar system yourself, right? And then any force majeure event. So let's say a hurricane does wipe out the house, right? We can't guarantee the production of the system because there's no system on the house. Then we remain point of contact from here until install and afterwards. So if you have any questions from Kat, she literally goes through a script. So if there's any questions or anything, just feel free to give me a ring.
Okay. The plan is to do that patio.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we're trapped.
Any competitive bid situation, you always bring up any of the potential drawbacks of going solar, so you're proactive rather than reactive. You want them feeling like the last company that they were talking to was hiding things from them, so you can be as upfront as you can in that situation. Go way high level, and then follow up with a story, and they feel like comforted in that, like, okay, Dad's here, it's all gonna be okay.
Yeah, and then also just come up with a lot of things to say when there's like nothing to say. It's like, that silence.
Yeah, Garrett taught me that, especially after they've given you something like the social security number. You give them back a chat about smokers. No, and if they hate it, they're gonna love to talk about it.
Yep.
Like either way, you're gonna get something out of them. So right now we're charging up the car. So in the last close, it was a competitive bid situation. And in many cases, what can happen is you end up dealing with a lot of price shoppers. The thing is that people don't necessarily pick a car because it's the cheapest car. They trust in the warranties. They trust in the person. And one of the quickest ways to gain trust outside of just compliance testing is being incredibly upfront with them with the difficulties in getting a solar project done. I get really with them on what are finance fees, what are interest rates, what's tier 2 insurance, what are the complications that you can have with a project, because you're being proactive in that case. And without even saying it, you're letting them know that the last rep either wasn't knowledgeable enough to bring up those things or was too afraid and was being reactive rather than proactive in their closing and in their pitching. Don't hide things, you won't get caught. Be upfront and you'll win them over. That concludes our Orlando Blitz, where we got 5 closes in 3 days, selling over 100 kilowatts of solar systems sold. If you're looking to get out of the daily grind and switch to a job where you can actually empower the world to be a better place, make sure to hit us up in the submission boards below. Click subscribe and like, and most importantly, click one of the 2 videos. YouTube thinks you're gonna like it a lot.